think the really interesting part in real-world asset tokenization is when, for example, companies could start issuing their bonds or their stock directly on chain. So not when we have a representation of something which is already in the traditional finance system, but something which is issued directly on chain. And for me, the main hurdles which we are seeing here is that the regulatory landscape is still quite uneasy. We have MiCA coming in Europe, which is bringing some clarity to it, but this would mainly be for the quite standard and basic assets that we are seeing. For anything more exotic, it's still quite complicated how it would be done in the future.
And so, Sabrina, what do you think it's largely going to be as described?
Yeah, so I agree also when you say that we are in the infancy of the tokenization, and I reckon that the first time I saw this projection of trillions, I thought this was somehow optimistic, but we can see some interesting market developments now, and some, let's say, obstacle that we have passed through, right? So we can see, for example, that only for stablecoin, we already have a market cap of 170 billion, and this is tokenization of cash, right? And then we have also some interesting protocol, thinking about reality in the real estate. They are really the first one that were able to tokenize real estate, let's say, at scale. And now, if I'm not mistaken, I've read that they've tokenized over 500 properties, from single-family home to large residential building for over 100 million. Still small, but we can see that it's growing, and we know how to do it on the regulatory side. We know the customer and so on. Another interesting example is, for example, Centrifuge and Goldfinch. So they are both a lending protocol. Centrifuge has 500 million of market cap, Goldfinch of TVL, Goldfinch 100 million. So it's quite important number. We are far from the trillion, but we are on our way, right? And some difficult regulatory challenges maybe were overcome.